Hey ho!
Are you two the Fold and not the other guys in the band, or are they? How does that work?
With the Ninjago stuff, me and Dan in 2010, when we both kind of started doing the Fold full time and touring and all that.
Yeah.
We were also doing a lot of studio writing for. We did some songs for like the NFL, and we did some songs for NASCAR and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were, Cubs, a couple songs for the Cubs.
That's a question coming up. Well, why don't we ask about that right now?
It was actually a contest in 2012. I heard about it from a friend of mine. He was like, hey, you know, there's this contest going on to write the next Cubs songs for WGN Radio, which is a big radio station in Chicago. Yeah. And he's like, it ends in 2 days. So that night I like started thinking about it, and I was like, came up with the chord structure and took a little voice memo, which is the way we do a lot of our writing.
Yeah.
And had the chorus, and I was like, well, it has to incorporate
Which was
Go Cubs
kind of
Go.
a song we had years before.
It has to sound like Jump by Van Halen, because that was a Cubs song.
Okay.
And so we had like, that's kind of how we write. We know what it should be, and then we go from there. Don't force it. But so we put it together that night. Loosely, I sent it to Dan. I'm like, this is it. We got to record it. Recorded it in 2 days. Turned it in, and I won. It beat out like 300 entries.
Because you guys are Cubs
I'm
fans.
the worst.
Yeah, big
Like
time.
you're
Cubs
big
Okay,
fans, yeah.
much like him diving into the script, he'll be more likely to do that before I will. He's also the die-hard Cubs fan, so
Okay.
Yeah,
he was kind of leading the charge.
It's been a
on
long
that.
journey.
It's been awesome.
Go Cubs, go!
Yeah.
What's your favorite version of the Weekend Whip?
I really like Pirate Whip. It's fun.
I loved that this, I forget his first name, but Kruger. He did the Enter the Tournament. He did the drums and that giant intro, and it's so nice to hear something that we did, hear somebody else's take on it. Yeah, just kind of minimizing it.
Other styles of music that you guys like?
Grew up with punk, you know, in high school and stuff, and kind of got into more of the singer-songwriter. We grew up with oldies. It's like a lot of Bob Dylan and Beatles and Everly Brothers and stuff. Like, we love all that stuff.
Beach Boys,
Yeah.
Billy Joel is a guy I look at as a songwriter as like, that would be the goal. That guy has written so many different types of hit songs, and that's, I think, what we both want, is just to be prolific writers.
I identify with Bob Dylan only because we share a birthday, which I thought was crazy. My dad's like the biggest Dylan fan. He had no idea.
You're like 80 years old?
Yeah.
What do you eat? What is your workout routine?
Mostly canned spinach.
Yeah. First happened, did you think it was a one-off, one and done?
Oh yeah.
Or did you know that this was going to be huge?
We were told it was going to be big, but we didn't get our hopes up much.
Yeah, because you hear that so much in this industry, especially I think in the music world. It's like, you know what, we can't pay you, but this is going to be great exposure.
Yeah.
And you hear that everywhere you go, and obviously you're looking for opportunities that like connect with your values mostly, aside from money. And that's kind of what this was. It was like we knew we were going to do the work. We knew that we wanted to make it great, because we won't do anything if we can't put our stamp on it.
Do it with passion or don't do it at all. Groovy Ghoulies.
I don't know what that was, but cool. Cake or cupcakes?
Yeah, I'd go cupcake.
Okay.
But I'd cut it in half and then you know.
What?
So it's neater. So you break it in half and then stack it. So you're actually just touching the cake. And
Is that a thing?
crust. Yeah, you eat it like a sandwich.
See, I never knew that about you.
Wow.
Good question.
Yeah, no, that's the deepest question I got, man. What musicians have inspired you guys?
I'd say Bob Dylan. I mean, I just think his career was so cool. He was always reinventing himself and stuff. Yeah, I know.
It's neat to listen to and try to.
As a work of art, his career was amazing. So.
Yes.
But most bands, Bad Religion, I'd say probably.
If he had subtitles on his songs, then he would be like the number one.
Dad, don't comment on this YouTube, Dad. He's gonna be your biggest hater.
No, he's poetry in motion, Bob Dylan.
He is.
Poet.
He absolutely is. The Rollins. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Any hints on future Ninjago music for us?
Well, there's something really exciting that we're putting together right now, and all I can say is it's very all-encompassing of everything that we've done to this point.
Ah, yes.
We'll know more about that next month. But we're doing some cool stuff as The Fold right now. We really can't get too into it, but there's stuff coming. So.
Cool. Season 8 stuff?
Season 8, we actually haven't really talked about it with anyone. We
Yeah.
hope so.
We'd be honored to be doing music. From what I understand, it's kind of just real fast tracked right now, and maybe we won't.
Whoa,
be
whoa,
asked
whoa!
this
You're
season.
not doing season 8?
We don't know. Yeah, we haven't formally been asked. So
Come on, y'all.
we're open to
we
it.
need the Fold on season 8.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
we're open to it.
Why weren't there any additional songs made for season 5 like there were for other seasons?
They did use some of our music from previous seasons as sound design for that, which was cool.
Yeah.
That ski scene, they used
Back to Ninjago.
Back to Ninjago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they sprinkle it in. They always seem to include us in ways. So
Do you have a favorite season?
Rebooted was so special, not just because we got to write a song about you. Actually, that's the least of the reasons. No, Rebooted was so
George,
special.
do you want to switch spots? I'm starting to like you more.
Yeah, just the music. Like George, I think his inspiration struck first with Full Digital, which is still one of my favorite songs we've ever worked on for Ninjago.
yeah, I sang the verses on that one. That was the first time we ever did anything like that.
Right?
yeah.
With,
You switched it up.
Singing.
It
yeah.
started to feel like, wow, there's like a bright future here. And
And that day, I remember listening to we like changed the tempo in the bridge, and then it comes in like super fast at the end, and we've never done that. Is the Fold? We've never gone back to our punk roots.
Yeah.
So it got like, I remember there was like a storm setting that day, and I was like listening to it on earbuds, and the wind was blowing, and I was like, this is cool, you know.
I've got it.
What's your favorite fan experience so far?
One fan drew us as Legos recently, and we're actually kind of in the process of like making that like a piece of available poster like for the fans. So that's
Yeah.
cool because it's fan created,
Yeah, that's really cool.
and he just did such cool stuff. Like Matt was wearing a shirt that said Brooklyn, and the kid changed it to Bricklin, and it's just like
Yeah, he made Dan's
can't
shark
make this
shirt like a
stuff
Lego
up.
shark somehow. I have no idea how they did that. Whenever
Give it
we
a
see
shout out.
kids in person and they come up to us and say hi, every one of those is a favorite experience.
If the Fold had an elemental power, what would it be?
Earth, because I think we're trying to do something real organic and stay rooted.
Oh.
Yeah, and if we could heal the earth, we would do that in a heartbeat.
Heal the earth. Make it a better place.
My power would be communication, because I think it's so hard to like explain where you're coming from to
What?
people.
It's right here.
Communicate, yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Oh, Zane,
What Ninjago song are you most proud of?
For me, it's After the Blackout.
bring on the pirates. I think that was one of
That's kind of neat, man. You're incorporating the pirate world into
yeah.
rock. I mean, come on.
Well, that's another thing. So the that song was so cool because it was like we're writing a song like about fighting the pirates or whatever, and we're incorporating different styles of swingy music and stuff.
Yeah.
And that oh part was actually a part of a song from my old band Michael Lane called Party House, and so we put it in that song, and like finally it got used properly.
Yeah.
You ever gonna go on tour?
Yeah.
We'd
We are.
love that. Yeah, I think it would look a little different from the traditional tours we've done. We've been talking about just getting out there and doing like some in-store stuff and starting there.
Like a Lego store or something like that.
Right. Do you guys have any favorite characters in Ninjago?
Like villains and stuff.
Favorite character? Just who do you like?
I love Sensei Wu just because he sees everything from such a distance and he lets people figure things out on their own, and I love it. I think he's just obviously he's a Zen master, so
Yes.
Wu.
I think I have a least favorite.
Well, that wasn't really the question.
Don't say Zane.
No, not you.